Welcome to Movie Rehash. Today, I am going to explain a horror mystery movie released in 2023 titled Knock at the Cabin. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. A movie begins with a small girl named Wynn gathering grasshoppers in a jar near the cabin where she's staying with her dads, Eric and Andrew. While collecting, a big man named Leonard approaches her, acting friendly and even helping catch grasshoppers. Leonard shares that he's there to do something he'll be sorry for. Suddenly, three more people, Sabrina, Adrian, and Redmond, show up from the woods carrying big, sharp tools. This makes Wynn run back to the cabin. Wynn rushes to tell Eric and Andrew about the strangers outside. Then, Leonard knocks on the door, saying they have a task and need to talk. The guys start feeling uneasy, so the family starts locking up doors and windows. Despite this, the group starts breaking into the house through the windows. Eric gets into a fight with Sabrina, but she manages to overpower him and makes him unconscious. Meanwhile, Andrew fights and overpowers Redmond. Eventually, the group manages to subdue the family, but Sabrina helps tend to Eric's injury. In a quick flashback, we see Eric and Andrew introducing Andrew's parents, McKenna Kerrigan and Ian Merrill Peaks. The silence during the meeting suggests that Andrew's parents aren't okay with their son's sexuality, unlike Eric's mom who is supportive. Even though Andrew is upset as his parents left after just 45 minutes despite a long 7-hour drive, Eric reassures him that they will always be together. Now, we come to present, where we see Eric and Andrew are tied up, and the group puts on cartoons to comfort one. Eric, who is concussed, complains about sensitivity to light and a lack of vision. Sabrina tries to help him with that. Once things settle down, the group introduces themselves and shares their backgrounds. Leonard coaches kids basketball, Sabrina is a nurse, Adrian works as a line cook, and Redmond is in sanitation. Leonard explains the reason for their presence. They've been having visions of apocalyptic events, and the family has been chosen to provide a sacrifice to prevent these events from happening. If the family doesn't choose, the catastrophic events will come true. They're also told that they can't commit suicide to spare their loved ones. Eric and Andrew strongly oppose sacrificing anyone. The group claims that humanity is being judged. As the sun reflects off a mirror towards Eric, Sabrina steps in front for him. However, he seems to see something in the reflection. Redmond steps forward, puts a white mask over his head, and Sabrina and Adrian thrust their weapons into his head before Leonard beheads him. In another flashback, we see Eric and Andrew when they first adopted Wynn. She was born with a cleft palate but had surgery to fix it. Back in the present, Leonard turns on the TV to update the family on the events that have happened. There are powerful earthquakes and tsunamis in some parts of the world, causing many casualties. Andrew thinks they're being targeted for being a gay couple, recognizing Redmond as the man who assaulted him at a bar once, but the group denies being there for that reason. Wynn tries to escape through the basement, but Leonard catches up with her and brings her back to the house. The next morning, Adrian cooks breakfast for Wynn. When it's time for the family to make another choice, Adrian steps up to make her case. She shares that she has a son named Charlie, and in her visions, she repeatedly sees his death, unable to stop hearing his screams. She pleads with the guys to consider this in their decision, but Andrew still refuses. Leonard and Sabrina brutally attack and decapitate Adrian. They then turn on the news, which is reporting on the spread of a deadly virus affecting children. Andrew notices the report is pre-recorded, and he has been reading about the virus for months, making him more suspicious that the group is lying to them. Andrew informs Eric that his hands are starting to loosen from their binds, giving him a chance to break free. Wynn secretly hands Eric a knife, and he signals her to act when instructed. Leonard and Sabrina make another attempt to convince Eric and Andrew, but Eric prompts Wynn to throw a tantrum, distracting the others. This allows Eric to cut himself free, and Andrew seizes the opportunity to run to the car in an attempt to get his gun. Sabrina injures Andrew's leg, but he retaliates by throwing dirt in her face and reaching the car. While trying to load the gun, Sabrina attempts to break in and lightly stabs Andrew in the side. However, he manages to fire his gun, forcing Sabrina to drop her weapon. In another flashback, there is a scene of an attack at a bar involving a man who vaguely resembles Redmond, with a bigger beard, and was reported to have been imprisoned. This incident led to Andrew training in self-defense and acquiring a gun. After coming back to the cabin, Andrew threatens Leonard, but Sabrina's sudden appearance startles him, leading him to accidentally shoot her. Once she dies, Leonard beheads her. Andrew also takes Redmond's wallet from his body, confirming he was indeed his past attacker, a man named Rory O'Bannon. Holding Leonard at gunpoint, Andrew orders him into the bathroom, planning to use the group's vehicle to get back home since their car's tires were slashed. After a few minutes, Leonard breaks the bathroom window, making the guys think he's escaping to the vehicle to leave them stranded. Andrew opens the bathroom and shoots into the shower, but Leonard still attacks him despite being shot in the arm. After a brief struggle, Leonard disarms Andrew and forces them to turn the TV back on. Suddenly, hundreds of airlines worldwide face failures, causing thousands of planes to crash from the sky globally. Leonard repeats the same lines as the news anchor, making Andrew believe that everything was pre-planned. Leonard takes Eric and Andrew outside, giving them one final chance to prevent further disasters. Eric instructs when to hide in a treehouse until someone comes for her. Seeing that Eric and Andrew are still unwilling to choose, Leonard warns them they only have a few minutes left before it's too late. He then harms his own throat. A potent storm starts forming, with lightning striking the ground and trees, and more planes plummeting from the sky. The guys head back inside the house. Eric talks to Andrew about the figure he saw in the sun's reflection, and Andrew admits he's starting to believe the group's visions were true. He noticed each person represented different things about humanity. Redmond was malice, Adrian was nourishment, Sabrina was health, and Leonard was guidance. They were like the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and their deaths were necessary. When Eric seems ready to be the one to make the sacrifice, Andrew argues, saying humanity isn't worth saving because people hate and reject them. Eric then tells Andrew about a vision he had of a world that keeps on living. Andrew grows old and stays close to Wynn, who has a fulfilling career and someone who loves her as much as she loves them. With this, Eric finds peace and takes Andrew's hand to shoot himself. After Andrew mourns, he goes to get one from the treehouse. The two walk until they find the truck that Leonard's group came in. In the back seat, Andrew finds items proving the group, except Redmond, really were who they said they were. Leonard was a beloved coach, Sabrina was a nurse, and there's a picture of Adrian with Charlie. Andrew takes one to a diner, where people are gathered to hear the news about the disasters settling down. Planes have landed safely, and the death toll from the virus has decreased. Andrew and Wynn later leave together, heading towards an uncertain future. In this way, movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more interesting movie recaps.